worn hot hands or something. How are you?
Stirring the pot.
Let me get them all in there.
Yeah.
All right. My hands are freezing, man. It's not even cold outside.
I know. It's all right. Everybody be warmed up here a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a mess.
Hey folks, it's Brian O'Brien on 106.3 FM. We are live from Powell Valley School, and it's just outside of Speedwell. And the reason that we're here is because there has been a proposed nuclear graphite mining and refining business facility that's kind of been brought in under the radar. We've done a little bit of tracking. We understand this has something to do with the Department of Defense. We've had some local land that is on the books is being sold to a company that has been out of England, Manchester, England, SmartChem, and they have purchased a carbonium core incorporated company. What we understand is this has been done kind of under the noses of the folks who live in the area. We've also been told that there has been some intimidation and threats of eminent domain when it comes to folks' land in the area. Now, for those folks who don't know what eminent domain is, let's just say the government will take your land if it's needed. This is going to get underway, and they're only using one speaker, so I'm not sure if we're going to be able to hear the individual or not.
How this is going to work today is I'm going to say some things. Peter Newby is going to say some things that has direct contact with the company, and then I'm going to open the floor up for people to ask questions to get answers. If you do want to ask a question, I do ask that you come down here because you're going to ask it on the microphone. So if you do plan to ask questions when Peter finishes, if y'all just start coming down here this way to take the microphone. First, I want to say thank you all for coming out.
This is Senator Jesse Seals. Senator Jesse Seals.
It's very important that everybody understands. And that is what my role is as senator. As a senator, I get calls all the time from companies across the country and sometimes across the world. And they have interest in coming to Tennessee. And they ask a very simple
Once again,
question.
this is Senator Jesse Seals.
Is Tennessee a business-friendly state? Well, we are, and we pride ourselves on being a very business-friendly state. Now, based on all the Facebook posting and everybody's opinion of what's going on with this, I want to clear my environment. Now, you all are laughing, but let me say this. You all posted an article. Did you read the article? Did you see the words in the article? The headliner said proposed, and it said if complete. Now, let me explain where that article came from. It came from London, England. I get all kinds of calls in my national office from companies all over the place. That call came into my office, and they had an idea. And I listened just as I would listen to any of you that called me or wanted to come to my office and talk about a business idea. I would listen to you. That phone call lasted 6 minutes.
Why are you back there?
Just a minute. We're going to get to that. And I just ask everybody to be respectful because we will be respectful when you're speaking. I'm giving you the history of my involvement with this. During that call, they explained the idea that they were exploring. They talked about potentially bringing 380 high-paying jobs to Tennessee. Jobs that would not be outsourced to Knoxville or to Kentucky, but would be available to Claiborne counties right here at home. Now, when I run for office, I ran on that I would try to bring good-paying jobs to these communities. But I want to be real clear about something. My first questions asked were about safety. Does this involve radioactive material? I asked, does it contaminate our water? Does it harm the people that live here? I was told no. Listen closely. I live in this town. I live in New Town. I want to tell you this. I've not had any involvement in this company other than that phone call in my national office. I did this research, and I can tell you that there has been no permits filed. There has been no environmental studies done. There has been no money or funds purchased. Based on the information I found with the registered deeds office, the farm that everybody's talking about has not had a transfer of deed. It's not in the company's name. And if it's happened, I don't know about it. I literally had a 6-minute phone conversation. Now I want to tell you my position on this issue. If this project pollutes our air, contaminates our water, harms people, damages our land, I'll be the first person on the forefront fighting against it. But we won't know that until they apply for grants, or not grants, but until they apply for permits and environmental studies. Look, if I inform the public on every phone call that my office received about a business wanting to come to Tennessee, that's all I do. This company, I have no involvement with it, one, and two, if I inform the community of every phone call that comes to my office of a company wanting to get here, I couldn't do anything else. There's no involvement on my end for this company. But I will tell you what I did do is Peter Newby is here, and according to the internet, like I'm sure all of you have researched, I found Peter Newby, and I asked him to come and speak to you all about this company, because I don't have a clue what it is and what it does. Why I gave him the quote is this: Donald Trump has said that Tennessee is going to be the leading state in nuclear energy. Now, I never said, hold on, I never said in a newspaper article, I never said that I wanted it brought to speak. You showed me that article where it says speak.
Full support.
Because I full support coming to Tennessee. I'm going to turn it over to Peter Newby. Again, he's going to speak, and then if you have questions, those questions will be answered. Peter.
Today, the stuff is done by graphite,
So right now the technology has been proven in labs. But you and I both know you can't take something from a lab and stick it out and make a big factory out of it. So what we're doing is first we're going to see if we can scale it up and test it, make sure it can actually work the way the lab would. Because sometimes things work in the kitchen okay, and go to a bigger scale. So that's
Answer question number 1 first. Why is there a dress? Jesse?
So I think the question was, but let's do it straight. The question was, why is there a dress in that place? I don't know what happened. I am not involved. Listen, do you all think that I put this together because I wanted to persuade you? That's not it. I made a statement. And the statement is, if this is back to the valley, I will stand against it with you. I have no doubt for this country, but I don't have for this country. So I will find out that I was an address to that company. As of right now, the address, when you look it up in the state database, it is not registered to the company. We're here today because I work for the people of Claiborne County, and I plan to do that. So when you're sitting right now, and you're saying, look, every person in this room is my boss. Every person in this room is my boss. I work for you all. I work for a company. So you have my word. That we will figure out what's going on, we will figure out why they have a question there. But so the first question was, so the content is very cold, the cold was hard, and your question was, what do you do with the other materials? So what we're focusing on is there's something other waste products. So there's things, most of the car engines, yeah, sorry, I thought so. Everything coming out of the coal is some sort of value in the air or some, to start the fire off of itself. So if there are other waste products that have to be replaced, we don't have that done yet. We're looking at it. That's the thing.
You can ask me a question.
We're not running anything, so we're
Wait and see if they'll answer it. Yeah. That's because he's got he has a monotone voice.
We can actually read any of his responses.
Which is true. You said you find there to be no pollution. False. You can't say that you know something's going to be or not going to be if you say that you don't know nothing about it. You can't get anything from 6 to 10 phone call that you know everything about this product. I'll wait and speak with you. that have already been threatened. Where does the people are being death threats go? Where's this repair match day? That's what we want. Prevention is more important than going after things to make it right after the fact. Prevention is worth more than this thing. You don't get up with somebody after they leave. We're solving it before it solves.
But he does his research.
Are far less than what they're doing.
He does.
We're starting to push this off this. I would love to see you resign and be removed. I know you're the scapegoat. That's your job. Get home and your job for long.
He's absolutely right. The reason trying to produce all this material is that they're very bad environmental controls. What we are looking at is not doing the same thing because they basically burn stuff for a very long time. And it's true. Now, where you also said is wrong with the concept of the plan. What I said is that conceptual design is based on proven technology out of the national lab. That's not a concept of the plan. But you have to go through the process of it.
Hello everybody, my name is Gary Douglas. I'm a 15-year-old resident of Speedville, Tennessee. Wow. Mr. Stills, I have one singular question. How many signatures on a petition does it take to get this entire thing struck to the ground and done?
So it doesn't take one signature. Let me tell you why. I'm not for this project. It was I called my office. I have said that I work for the people of Claiborne County. And we're going to work.
What I meant was if we as a community make a petition for Claiborne County to get this removed, just completely, not even started, how many signatures do we need on a piece of paper to turn into asphalt? This to not even get to no permits, nothing, it's done, over.
That's not how a petition works. So here's what I'll tell you. I've already stated earlier, it's evident in this room that they don't want. You don't have to have a petition signed. Because I'm going to go to work for the people of Claiborne County in this valley to make sure that what they do not want doesn't happen.
One more question, sir. For those of you, when you drive into the valley, if you see a sign that says Speedway, unincorporated, if you read in the name on any incorporated, how is it legal for a corporation to set up shop in an unincorporated, non-industrial zone community?
That's a great question. This city doesn't have zoning laws. Commissioner Schumer is here, we're trying to pass zoning, which is a great idea, and the county should really look at zoning laws, and that is how you fix it.
Thank you for your time, Mr. Chairman.
We got a petition on.
How is our infrastructure going to handle this if it does come? Arthur Swanee has an 8-inch line and a 6-inch line that he's in the office. When they just built it, they are max capacity guys. The wastewater for the 3 machine and the city heritage city and keep people trained. I'm going to tell you, a single production fire in this county has 3 to 4 fire departments because we don't have volunteers and we don't have apparatus in the proper funding to keep our fire. Our trucks on the road to protect our people, but we have to have chicken dinners, we have to have people with focus and fun. I'm blessed with a department that has a $40,000 to $60,000 budget. That's the same case in the county, only one better than us is B&D. These 4 volunteer fire departments, they are fairly straight and fine. And you're going to ask them in an emergency to come to this country and respond and put their life on the line. When they aren't even funded, you don't even have the resources or hazmat teams or anything to be able to do it safely, adequately. It is a complete risk. Accidents happen. There's no way around it. Everything man-made will work. We may never see it. It will be at its safest point the day it opens. Every minute that passes by, every second that goes by, there's deterioration at the start that will lead up to a catastrophic event at some point. Now, think about that. Take that back to your company. We don't have the resources to adequately protect that place. We don't have the money. Anybody who says that we do, I dare you to go and go to fire departments and see what we have. See how we're strengthened by it.
Excellent point, Adam.
So my question is, so I'm assuming this all getting to start at one spot. So I know that we're having a coal mine coming in our smile. And use the waste from the coal mine. Here's what's going on with Bill Gates over in Oak Ridge. That plant is going to be just like the sun. Is that not true? It says it's in line with Bill Gates and Oak Ridge at the plant because he uses this stuff, the molten salt, for us for a fake sun.
So then, I'm not sure what you're talking about the Bill Gates thing coming up. What we're talking about is frankly making graphite for a variety of different users and end users and so on like that. Molten salt, no, we're not doing that. There are advanced reactor designs that use molten salt and also graphite. Maybe that's where you're thinking. But that certainly would not be here. That was never the intent.
Is it just a business Bill Gates thought that's why the Oak on a permit from Monster last month with nobody protected and not known? And as we know, Bill Gates is bad news no matter what we do. And there's also his project in Oak Ridge. And it's just a coincidence that you got a coal mine opening up not far from here in Speedwell that you guys have to use the waste off the coal mine to do your farm.
Yeah, and I don't know if anybody using the waste because this would be converting coal directly to that. So we're not taking the waste off the coal mine. And the Bill Gates thing, the timing, I don't know what that is.
You said you need to play this down, right? You're not speeding. You know where it's happening. It's always been. If you're on this side of town, River Bridge, you don't need nothing. And for you talking about the graphite, don't hurt nobody. I've got it right here in black and white. Graphite, even in low quantities, can cause lung disease and lung cancer. Explain that, please.
So I think the concern is that graphite that gets out of the air and people breathe it and so on like that. And I think that stuff doesn't work like mines when we're talking about.
That comes from high temperature use, what your company does.
I promise, I know what it's like. What about these kids out here?
It's always been an intent to be a very pollution control factor because I think as we talked about before, the way that it's traditionally made is not acceptable here in the U.S., which is why we're looking at technology coming out of the national labs.
we're gonna hire people with degrees, and you know. So what can happen? Well, let's see. LMU is a huge place that people spend a lot of money on the county. I would live it everywhere, I expect everybody else to please finish everywhere. I would not pay for my kid to go to college where it's 15 minutes away from something like this. I grew up in Ohio. Have you ever heard of Bernard? In Rock, Ohio? Yeah, that's what you guys are planning on doing to these people here. And for you saying you didn't do this, they talked all about how great it would be in the Claiborne Co Tn area, Claiborne Gap area for the vegan.
That's a 6-inch phone call. They quote me. I don't know if you all realize or not, but not all usually you're supposed to understand. I did say that given it's safe and beneficial, that I would be open and looking at it. I never said bring it to Stephen, bring it to Claiborne campus. Don't worry, we're already on.
Because I know for a fact you can't even fish in English County out of the lake, especially barbecues, because it causes cancer. Ever since I lived in New Tashville, I've been sick. Whether it's because they're water or not, I don't know. But there's some reason that's what they factor down on the bottle because they're very sick. And I don't understand why it's taking here to do this bad. I don't know. This is a farming community. Did I not speak to you about this when I looked at you? I don't know. All these people. They don't know this small community to be doing.
They already got their website. On their website, an address down here, and people post it.
Yeah. Now they could technically say something like
We don't have farms, we don't have food. Whether it be steak,
My name's Teresa Rasmussen. I'm the head president here in Claiborne. I had not planned on doing research on the National Institute of Health site this morning before I do my vote figure. But when I saw about the meeting today, I tried to get online and learn a little bit because today's the first time I've heard that name. Everybody wants jobs, and I don't think there's any such thing as production without waste. So we didn't give you much of a chance to tell us about how the refining process works. Is it a saline refining plant that you guys are engineering, or can you give us a little bit of basic information? Because we really we're not trained to understand technical things.
Okay, so two tests a little bit about the technology. So we're still evaluating it. I don't have a clear answer. One question is it the same process? I'm not aware of the same process with graphitization. We're looking at two primary technologies, one's catalytic technology, one's chemical technology. Both of those, electric input, both of those don't have the emissions and so on like that. Catalytic or electrochemical, those are the two technologies. But as far as the same, you have a follow-up question?
So we didn't expect that it would affect the water table. I very well. Like between the water table and
y'all do this?
So there are two questions there. One's about the impact on water and so on like that. Since we haven't done a plan, we don't really know yet, but the intent is there might be a little bit of water cooling, but not like a power plant cooling. It's like, chillers for like in a restaurant and so on like that. Waste products, there would probably be some sort of stack. Again, you're not burning things, you're running to build function and so on like that. But in terms of, I think some people worry about liquid waste solutions.
Full of questions, I'm sorry. So you said some kind of stack, is that like the ash that caused the bad accident and all those people were guilty? I don't know what stack is.
So the question is, you're talking about a thief. So no, there's no action involved. This isn't burning foam or anything like that. Every process has to be referred to or goes through the filtration, the scrubbers, and things like that. That's the intent. No, there's no action. Correct. So the question about stack, just about every industrial process has some sort of ventilation stack. It's a very industrial process. And your question is there anything that's true that makes you agree? The reality is everything we do, even driving our car, is just reducing food. The question is, can you control it in the defensive environment? We think we can. That is the intent.
Just like ours across the country, with facilities that process nuclear-grade materials or toxic waste moves into rural areas, the damage isn't just a possibility, it's statistically certain. National studies show that 100% of communities living within a mile of these high-priority sites face increased health risks, such as cancer, thyroid disease, respiratory and cardiac issues. In Tennessee, similar industrial zones see life expectancy drop up to a year and a half. They want to use furnaces reaching nearly 4,500 Fahrenheit and 2,500 degrees Celsius. That's vapor wasteful, so you can't say that we're not going to put off any emissions. Impurities like mercury and lead don't just disappear. They go into our air, they go into our soil, and eventually well into our children. This isn't just about health, it's about the death of our way of life. When these plants move in, property value within a mile drops. Our farms and our mountains are our equity. Once we label this as an industrial zone, we lose that. We become a place where people move away from, not a place where families get moved. Across the United States, nearly 60% of legacy industrial towns are now a state of permanent pollution and decline or stagnation. Speedwell is not a waste site for coal byproducts. It is a community of farmers, families, and neighborhoods. We are told this process is new and safer, but we've heard about these places before, like Love Canal or Oak Ridge. I'm asking the Commission to look past the temporary promises of the few dozen jobs and look at the permanent risks to our water, our land, and our health. We do not want to be the next statistic in the list of abandoned or sick towns. We choose our mountains, we choose our help and we choose to stay away from this Carter-Union court.
Just one more thing. So what you were quoting was the process that I've been talking about that China uses, where they're cooking these things with certain created volatiles and so on like that. That is absolutely not what we're looking at.
My name is Elizabeth, and I have worked very exclusively in gas. I'm sorry, my question is for you, Senator. I know everybody here is very adamant about they don't want it, but I want to know, as part of the Department of Energy, their ability in the legislation to be able to bypass permits. What is something that we as a community can do to help stagger that, or at least get our choices heard at that level?
So, great question, and you're doing just that here today. Right, when I put this on yesterday, and you all show up, you know, I'm going back to Nashville with this in mind, right? I work for you, I work for everybody in this room. And so, moving forward, you know, I'm with you, okay? And so, we're going to work together. I give you all.
Is there any information that you can give us of anything that you know about coming out from the Department of Energy, so that we're not caught in the middle?
I do not know everything, but I will get my assistant, my staff working on it, and we will research what this is priority one. I assure you of that.
Why did you compare the cold open last night?
Mr. Steele assures me that this quote from the Smart Cam press release is not word for word, he says now, but I'm going to read it to you. This upcoming manufacturing unit is a major win for our local community, Senator Steele. This development will bring many quality jobs, outstanding economic growth, and new opportunities for our community. I would like to offer my full support to Claiborne Co Incorporated as I look forward to working closely with them to ensure everyone's long-term success. And this was from February the 2nd or 3rd. I don't know which one it is. There's two separate ones. I also have a picture that he posted on his own website of him having a constituents meeting on November 5th. If y'all want to see this, you can probably find it if he's not taking it down on his website, November 5th. And right there sits Mr. Roger Pearson. November 5th. Would you swear to this community at this very moment that there has been no economical impact study or study done in this area? On this?
I'll be happy to. When I realized the issue, I actually had my staff call over to TDEC, call over to the Department of Energy, and find out. That's why I said there's been no permit. There's been no application for it. There's been no application for environmental studies. The email or the quote that you're referencing is the one that I mentioned earlier in the phone call. The picture is the November meeting with the constituent in my office that I mentioned earlier.
But you didn't know about it. Yeah. Just a 6-minute phone call.
Given that it's not planned for our community, right?
6-minute phone call.
None of my involvement, none that I know of. Again, those two meetings are the only thing that I had to do with the company. I don't know anything that takes on. When I come to the department store, it's one that they can give me. I have no knowledge.
Okay, so I also want to make note that the power bags that probably could have stopped this if we had had a zoning that Mr. Schuler was proposing before the Claiborne County Commission. The zoning was only one part of that act. There was a lot more that would have opened up so many cans of worms for our citizens. I just want y'all to know that. That's why we work to get that voted against.
I'm born and raised here. I've lived here all my life. I'm not going to ask you any questions. I'm going to tell you about this community right now. I'm not a farmer. There's a lot of men and women in this country today that have worked in Oak Ridge. They've worked at nuclear plants. They've worked in salt reactors. One of those guys. I spent my time doing what we hear in Oak Ridge every day, working. These are hard-working people. Now, I know for a fact that in order to process this graphite, you're going to have to heat something up to a real hot finish. And the only way you can do that is to pulverize that coal and spray it into a boiler to heat what you're trying to heat. I've seen it. I've been inside. So, my concern is Davis Street, because there's going to be a lot of fly ash, arsenic, and battery grade acid floating around Davis Street, right? I'm going to be real nice. That's not true. I don't want to be gaslighted. I know what I'm talking about. We don't want this here. And in the frankest words of Johnny Paycheck, you can take this job and shut it.
So, Mr. Stewart, you said that this is because it's supposed to bring jobs and speak local community, right? The level of education required to work in these plants, besides a janitor position or mowing the grass, is a degree in chemical engineering, which requires 4 to 5 years of education and 120 to 130 hours of apprenticeship, as well as $200,000 plus tuition. I would say the majority of speakers is here. By show of hands, which one of you, can anyone in here have a degree in chemical engineering? By show of hands. Okay, another thing. Spiegel, since its founding in 1790, has been an agriculturally based community. The majority of our GDP per capita comes from the agriculture industry. If this plant does come into Spiegel, and agricultural production places are closed down, what are the farmers supposed to do that their entire livelihood they have is based on that? Is reimbursement for their cattle, their crops that has been lost because of carbon pool? And one more thing. I happen to live about 100 foot from the plant's side of Claiborne Co Tn. If the road going down there is about 10 foot wide, and one side is about a 15-foot high bank, which means the only other option is to cut right through my yard. Am I going to be reimbursed, me and my family, for the taking of our yard? Or, like a lot of people's worry, is this company, which has get state funding, going to use intimate domain to just take our land?
So, great questions. I'm not going to speak on behalf of the company because I don't know their plans or what they tell you that I'm going to be fighting National, make sure that they don't use anything to do this.
And one last thing. As Patrick Henry once said, united we stand, divided we fall. It is up to us to stand together.
So sorry, folks. Someone tripped over the cord and ended up trying to plug it back in where we had the string.
This is a close-knit community. We know these things.
Once again, folks, sorry about that. Someone tripped over the cord to the speaker. They tried to plug it in where our stream was plugged in and cut it off. So we're back. You only missed about 2 minutes.
We're the home of Cumberland Gap spring water.
Yes.
Yeah. And with that being said, we don't want any kind of infection to our water. The majority of the people here are on wells. So we depend on, for our wells, those wells to be okay. And, when you talk about, the graphite, I was raised in a culture. I know what coal runoff can do. It's just like what peanuts do. There's things, and I know we're not doing it the way it's out today. But still, in the best circumstances, we can have accidents. We can have things that can cause runoff. And that is what everyone here is concerned about. And I think you can tell by the whole attitude of everyone here. I don't think it's welcome. And I voted for it. And I'm the type of person that words are words, but actions mean something. You said you work for us. And also, I want to find out on Hospice Lane, was there any property that was purchased by LLC or something like that? It doesn't have to be necessarily the company that you work for, but was there any kind of property purchased by LLC?
Based on the property record, it's been in the same name that it's been in for years. There's not been a recent sale based on my research.
First of all, I want to thank you for having this forum and giving us an opportunity to hear what you have to say, and for giving us an opportunity to let you know how we feel. For those that ask, how many signatures does it take?
Come on!
It takes every single one of us signing a petition, every single one of us that doesn't want this to happen. It takes us looking into what kind of zoning we need to do to prevent the permits from being permitted. We need to find out where we need to go from here to express our I don't think it's pleasure. Express our concerns for our community. I think that every single one of us here has family that's been here for years and family that's here right now, whether it be children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and we want to protect our community for them. We do have a national park on our borders right here in Claiborne County as well, and expressing the concerns on that level is also very important because how will it affect the national park. All of these things are things that we need to find out what our community and our county needs to do to prevent this from getting any farther than it already has. Whether property's been purchased or not, isn't really relevant to the fact that you get a permit to do whatever you're looking to do. I understand that the technology that you're talking about hasn't even been fully developed. It's only been experimented with. So we don't know until you get it from stage 1 to stage 2. And that's our time to get into what we need to do to make it more beneficial for them to go someplace else.
Very few places that God has touched like He has Claiborne. The Valley is the most beautiful place into the state of Kentucky. Where I go to is we have some of the richest dirt in the valley, the best ground for farming. I think we don't own a big farm, we don't live that property. My wife and I, we were over 4 acre garden when we were able to forget. And that sustained me and my family, my children and their children. If we're talking about our pollution, we have the cleanest water in the Northwest. For my purest water in Tennessee, we have the purest water in the limestone in the valley. Those things that we do, 90% of the people in here think like that. Wherever the ground from, it's going to happen. It's going to go back in the ground. You can take your evaluations for that. It's going to go from the groundwater, it's going to go right back into the street, everything. All we've been doing. We have CWD and west for their life. We've been dealing with PhD for years, dealing off the earbuds. People like myself, we live like this. We greenhouse before we do the hope.
Facebook yesterday. Thank you for getting on the set. The St. David project is going to be so good for the community. It surely seems like it's being stuck in the back door. You stood up there and talked about how you check and there's no property transfer. Well, one of my questions is it possible that the property has been sold and the owner and the company have signed a non-disclosure agreement? And that's why he didn't say that, right? He got a non-disclosure agreement. That's it. Just talk too far. And then one question is, if it's such a safe project, why is none of the company principals here today? How many people here could not hear about this until yesterday? Big 106 posted that 20 hours of it. This is the permit. Now the world can you imagine how it's going to be? It's just going to snowball because there are bunches of people here who aren't here who couldn't be here. And I have one final question for you, sir. You have talked about you have limited knowledge of this project. In the company's statement that they put out on Monday, it lists you as the vice chair of the Senate Energy Committee. My question to you is, if you're the vice chairman of the Senate Energy Committee, how come you don't know more about this?
The other way that I would know more about it is if they filed for those permits and they do those studies, which they've not done. They're just like any other company that's called with an idea. To me, it's an idea. I'm not involved in it. It's just an idea. That's it.
Yes, my name is Shane Evans. I live on this line. If this gets passed, would you like to have your land gave to you? And you would you? Answer that, please. Another question. Where's the material coming from? That's for you. Where's the material coming from?
That is a good thing for us.
This question is where's the material coming from? So right now, the focus is on some lines over the border. Okay, so the intent is to pull it out of some full lines that are in custom. So somebody might have one more but as of yet, that would be really sure we're getting to this.
It's what we're talking about. Why not just try close to the wrong areas? Long roads are not right for the public. The taxpayers, it's one thing it would be us, it might be the company, correct? Are you guys going to make a mess?
So your question is actually really good, is why was this meeting one physical location? And frankly, it is in close proximity to the there has been a question about county roads and things, we don't know yet. And then the other thing is, it doesn't make sense to put it close to the lines and answer
You see, I feel like we know a lot more than you're letting on. If it were to happen, but then I promise you, in 2 years, you will be looking for your job. Publicly, financially, to support whoever runs against you. And you can go back and forth down to Toyota, car salesman.
few questions I wanted to say. One of the folks that he asked about education and so on like that, and saying, well, like engineers, the factory is one of operators. So in terms of organization, I talk about proximity to get the raw material, proximity to other infrastructure and something like that. And then what appeared to be a really good, strong workforce. That's why I say now, the people who kind of say, well, you need engineers and frankly, you don't need that many. You need hard-working people.
They work hard. They like to talk to and they struggle. But you know, instead of, you don't have this plan, you're going to have other people from other countries to come here and work. And probably overreach or whatever. It ain't going to help us to do a thing. You need something for the people to work with. Amazon or Walmart, everything. Something like that that they can actually work. I know I'm not going to do it. I know none of my kids talk about the work. How many people here don't ever work in this thing without people coming on this side? And this thing. And you know, it's painful right behind my backyard. And I don't see it work out. I don't. There's going to be more traffic. There's going to be all kinds of technical stuff. Putting people to work. Not bringing other people over to other things to work. And do you know that if it does go through, what the time span is on it, or anything like that?
I don't have how long. The question is how long will this facility run? I don't know if it's like 40 years, 80 years, or something like that. It's as long as there's a need for graphite. Oh, especially like doing the night. Early today, so we just
you're planning on building zero waste facilities. Okay, so if you don't plan.
So what Chris is saying is, he said, I said there's zero waste. So I said all facilities make some sort of waste. The intent to design this is that they use everything possible. There might be something else that has to package up itself. There is no facility I'm ever aware of that doesn't use some sort of
At least now I'm very strong opinion saying you want 6 months and it does. You call anybody in this room that is like 6 months phone call. Why are we using it? You don't know so much. If you're backing these things, that shows that you're confident in these things. When was that phone call originally?
The phone call was that let me say this. If I sit down and research every company, the whole company in Tennessee, I can't get anything else done.
It's what you should say that it's shit. There's a reason why I got that. You're probably going to be facing for 2 years, right? Okay, now you're under the impression that you're going to be re-elected and more than likely not. So you're no use of us at this time. And for instance, you take this, there's no concrete plans like this. There's no current agreement, right? So you should be more than capable of stopping this dead in its tracks. And that's fine. I wrote that down specifically. I will work
my word, and, you know, that 6-week phone call led to an hour and a half conversation with these people. This should be the stop sign that you need. Yeah, people don't want this. Nobody wants this. It's all works. It's all so hard. This is really good advertisement of word today. This is your 6-minute phone call is going to be consideration and you know that.
Yes.
Thank you all for being here. And they're telling me about the board. I told my show to get it stopped, so I couldn't get it stopped. Well, we already got it done. We went to meet you. And you know that all the phone call went out so absolutely. Thank you all for being here.
folks.
Yes, on commercial. So, from what my understanding, it has failed because we were looking at a whole zoning process. Can we start and show the citizens of Claiborne County that if we do it on commercial, not our farmers, not our homeowners, but start with our commercial properties, can we do that and try to make sure that this is done right? Why don't you take the first step to make sure that you are protecting our county residents?
I'll go ahead and go one step further and say that the record I am saying that the school, you do wrong, and everything I heard about this last school, I'm everybody else did. I'm a 150%. I don't think we're going to talk about taxes and stuff. You're going to have a whole lot of stuff to go.
for joining us on 106.3 FM, the big one. We'll keep up with this story.
Hey, Brian, it's good to see you, buddy. Good job.
Thank y'all for coming out.
You're welcome. Appreciate you.
Yeah, appreciate y'all.